Yeah, so here at Greenway Oval, like the rest of the AFL, we're celebrating the Sir Doug Nicholls Indigenous round. So we've been lucky enough to have a sponsor come on board that's allowing us to play in an Indigenous jumper for the day, or our senior side to play in the Indigenous jumper for the day. That jumper was designed by Tom Hodges, who's one of our reserve grade players, who has been playing with footy with the Tuggeranong Football Club for about 9 years now. So he's been around, and he's a Tuggeranong local boy, we're Adrian man. Has grown up in Tuggeranong and has played a lot of football with the club, so we're really proud to be able to not only show off his talents but play a part in the Indigenous round.
Oh yeah, so on the front we have the hawk being our totem, and then a meeting place behind the hawk which signifies Greenway, which is our home ground. On the back we've got two different water holes which signify our junior teams and our senior teams, and the pathway. It's an absolute honour. I mean, I was sort of dabbling in art when I drew it, sort of, you know, might go nowhere, and I'm seeing a heap of mates run around in a jersey that I designed today, and I got the privilege of presenting each and every player with their jersey today, which was huge.
Our footy season up in the Territory had finished off, so thought we'd come down here and have a run with the Hawks. As Chiefy said, you know, there's a few Indigenous boys down here playing, and the second grade coaches are Indigenous. Chiefy's Indigenous himself, so thought why not have a run down here.
Because the Northern Territory comp is quite a tough AFL game, isn't it, up there?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
It is, yeah.
And coming down to play with the Tuggeranong Hawks, what's the competition like down here?
Oh, I think I've sort of brought the toughness of the footy down here as well. I guess some of the boys down here don't really like the rough play, but it's footy, so...
And footy's a tough game, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
With Indigenous round, what does that mean for you?
Well, this is the first time that I've got a chance to wear one of these jumpers, so yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. My mum and that back home are pretty proud of it, so yeah, it means a fair bit to me.
For the club, it's a fantastic acknowledgement of a lot of Indigenous players and volunteers and coaches that we've had over the journeys. So we've got a long and proud history with Indigenous players at the club, and this is a really fantastic way to recognise it and for the wider AFL community to do that. Yeah, so this afternoon we've actually got one of the local Ngunnawal elders who'll come down and welcome us on the country, and we're lucky enough to live and work and play our footy here on Ngunnawal country. So you know, for us it's a fantastic opportunity to acknowledge those people, the traditional custodians of what it was, and traditionally the smoking ceremonies are there to cleanse I guess the soul and to ward away the bad spirits down here. So and used as a welcome and I guess a cleansing and bringing in the spirits and encouraging the good spirits to encourage both sides today and play good footy.
And it should be.
And I pay my respects to our past and our present and to our future, to keep it going, and we will, because we are very, very strong people. And I expect especially acknowledge the campaigners of the 1967 referendum and their families, for I am a product of your efforts.
Indigenous round. What does the Indigenous round mean for you?
Well, it's an opportunity today to recognise the 50th anniversary of the 1967 constitutional referendum. The AFL are putting a big effort in right around the country at the senior level and then right through the grassroots competitions to commemorate that significant event in Australia's history. And so today we've had both a welcome to country from local Ngunnawal elder, but also a smoking ceremony, and both the Tuggeranong Hawks first grade team and the Ngunnawal Jets first grade team participating in an important pre-match ceremony. So I think it's really important that at a grassroots level within AFL and the ACT that this event happened today, and as the Tuggeranong Hawks #1 ticket holder, very pleased to be here and equally happy to be here after the Hawthorn Hawks had a win last night.
And AFL, in the way it is a sport and a game, how does it work to reconcile and our cultures work together?
I think it's Australia's Indigenous game. It's played a great role in working with Indigenous communities right across the country. to both capture emerging talent and some fantastic athletes to play the game, both men and women, but also played a really important role in bridging cultural divides, in standing up to racism. We've seen that quite significantly play out in the last few decades, but through a very clear policy of inclusion and respect, the AFL will be one of the nation's leading sporting codes in this regard.
Yeah, football and particularly Australian rules football is a fantastic vehicle for just people from all backgrounds to come together. It's an amazing game, and as Ike said, in Darwin they play this season over the summer, so just about every weekend of the year somebody somewhere is playing Australian rules football, and most of the teams around the country, I'd imagine, have either had an Indigenous player or have got currently Indigenous players, so and certainly have players from all different backgrounds. So the ability for them to come together to share a passion and go out and enjoy it with other like-minded people, now men and women and everything else, is just a fantastic vehicle for bringing people together and at least starting conversations and letting people ask questions of their friends.
Reconciliation Week. What's the significance, or what's that about?
Yeah, so Reconciliation Week is an opportunity, particularly to recognise a couple of major events. So yesterday or Friday was the 50th anniversary, obviously, of the 1967 referendum. So obviously that's a fairly historic moment in Australia's history, where Aboriginal people were counted in the census for the first time, and the Commonwealth of Australia was allowed to make laws for Aboriginal people and to progress the position of Aboriginal people within Australian society. And then also it's been 25 years since 20 years since the Bringing Them Home report, which was about the stolen generations and carrying forward. So there's a lot of fairly historic dates around this month. 3rd of June is obviously the anniversary of the Mabo decision in the High Court of Australia. So it's a particularly important time, I guess, in Australia's history, with a bit of a focus on Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander issues.
Fantastic.
Yeah, look, I'm incredibly proud that Rubik 3, our sponsors, has given us this opportunity to wear this jumper today, and it's only a small step, but it's a small step that I'm happy to support and be behind, and so proud that we could make, just to acknowledge Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people and Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander culture, in a small way.
And Mum and your mates will be able to see this video. Yep. Do you want to say something to them?
Oh, nah.
Just even if it's to say hi to Mum and the folks, or up in the town where you're from?
I just want to say hello to my mum and my brothers and my sister. And yeah, today I'm wearing an Indigenous jumper for the first time.
Yep.
Playing for my 40 years. So.